Hello, traveling friends. Well, it would appear that another ship has lost propulsion power. What does it mean to you? Hello there again. My goal is to provide you with a hidden sign of your vacation. What does that mean? Well, I want to make sure that I save you money. I want to make sure that I save you time. And I want also to make sure that you're safe on your trip. Why is it that I can provide such service? Because I am one of the top provider of information on TripAdvisor. See the link attached. I've traveled extensively and I kind of analyze anything and everything to make sure that, hey, what's really going on here? July 18, 2023, Carnival Pride in Germany loses propulsion power. But at the end of the day, they're able to reduce their speed, but they cannot go max speed. So they have an issue with their propulsion. What do? They stop going wherever they were going. They cancel the last itinerary and they go back to their port in Germany. The good news is that Carnival gave a 100% refund for your trip if you were in Europe. And what I want to know is, how often does this happen? Because these guys were not too far off. They didn't lose full power. They lost a little bit of the power. Carnival was very conservative, and I do appreciate that. But what do you think would happen if that were to happen in the middle of the ocean? 2013, the Carnival Triumph. You don't want to hear the story, but I'm going to tell you nonetheless. They lost power after a fire occurred on board. 4,000 people on board. Toilet not functioning. Air condition not functioning. In the Caribbean. There was limited amount of food because everything was spoiling. People had to go to the bathroom in bags. People had to sleep on decks. Why? Well, because there's no power on the ship. What are you going to do? The ship had to be towed over several days back to shore. Right? So that's the issue that we're having, right? What do we do if a 256,000 ton ship loses power? So what do I do? What do I do? Well, you figured, let me get a new ship. Maybe if it's a new ship, that won't happen. Let's hope that doesn't happen too often, right? Well, in 2023, we had 2, 4, 6, 7, and in 2023 is not done yet. Propulsion / power losses on cruise ships all over the world. Well, hopefully it doesn't happen to you, right? Who did it happen to? When I look at my list, I'm seeing the Carnival Pride, the Carnival Panorama. I am seeing the MSC Seascape from January. That happened very recently, and that's a new ship. So you can't. And last year, in 2022, there were 12 such issues. Propulsion / power loss. One a month. What can you do about this? Well, I just don't pick the one that's going to happen to. Or what you can do is you could travel on one of those ships with a sail. I mean, but these are more luxurious. They're smaller ships. They're not to 250,000 tons. So I don't know what to tell you. You just be aware. Just be aware that it can happen. Just be aware also if it happens when you're overseas. Between the fact that airlines can cancel at any moment for you to come back. If you get there like those poor people, I mean, look at the videos of the other, it's a pain. And that's the thing with cruises, what makes them a great entertainment when everything works great, right? The power, the food, the contamination. Let's not talk about contamination. When everything works fine, it's fantastic. Otherwise, you're like Christopher Columbus, and I don't have to tell you what happened during his voyage, or Magellan during his voyage. It's tough because you're all a bunch of people together. Obviously, it's much more luxurious, so everything should be fine. It's just when something does happen, you realize, oops, we are basically isolated. Isolated for food, isolated for health. isolated for a bunch of things, and maybe that's why they take these ships and they have them registered in different countries, because I feel the liability is must be pretty heavy. Just be careful out there and have a good vacation.